Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. As you guys know, LeBron fans, they don't like nobody, man. There's no NBA players they like. They don't like Michael Jordan. They don't like Kobe Bryant. They don't like Larry Bird. They don't like anybody. But one of the people they really don't like is Kevin Durant, right? The reason they don't like KD is because of the decision that he made back in, I think it was like in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 2017. And at that time, LeBron James was still a Cleveland Cavalier. And after they beat the Golden State Warriors, I think LeBron fans himself, they thought, oh man, we about to really go on a run here and catch Michael Jordan. But then Kevin Durant joined the Golden State Warriors, and he presented a major roadblock for them. Major roadblock. And that's one of the reasons why I believe the entire NBA media came after Kevin Durant the way that they did, because let's just face it, these guys are not fans of KD because they wanted LeBron to win. These are fanboys, right? These are fanboys in the media. There's no other way to say it. But this has always been the chatter. Little did I know that this was something that Kevin Durant himself would comment on. And we got a post here from Courtside Buzz that we're going to get into, where you see Kevin Durant actually respond to some comments that someone said, and he addressed this very thing. So let's put up the image here. It says, they'll say anything to discredit Bron, LOL. Then KD wrote, but I get most of y'all are Bron fanatics, and whenever I speak on basketball, it triggers you because you believe I stole 2 chips from LeBron, and that would have made his GOAT case even better. But most of the time, y'all never pay attention to what I say. Just respond emotionally. Now, I just want to go through some comments here. We may show them, we may not. One person wrote, at least you know them 2 rings ain't really his. He knows them 2 rings ain't really his. Another person wrote, he ain't defended LeBron. He ain't defend LeBron. He defended what he said. Still wrong, though. Another person wrote, spot on. Another viewer, KD is 1,000% correct. Another person wrote, I'm with KD on the Bron fanatics. Another person said, I know you're not talking about someone being too emotional. And it just kept on going on and on and on. It just became like a cascading thing. But KD is right. It's the reasons why many people don't give him his credit. People like Nick Wright have always been taking shots at KD, is because of that very thing. So they've gone out of their way to essentially say that his championships are not real, right? That's essentially what they've been saying. And they don't like KD because they feel that he blocked them from getting those 2 chips that would have made this GOAT debate even more substantive. Because in their minds, LeBron could have ran off 3 in a row or something like that in their minds. And then he would have 5, and then the one with the Lakers, he would have probably gave him 6. And that would have ended the GOAT debate, right? That would have ended the GOAT debate. Here's my thoughts on this. All of that's nonsense. All of that is nonsense. LeBron fans, again, are not serious people. Do you know how I know? Because at the time, when the Cavaliers were going to go face the Warriors in the finals, LeBron fans actually thought that the Cavs were going to win. That's actually what they thought. They thought that the Cavaliers were going to beat them in that series. But then the minute they lost, they now tried to switch it up and be like, oh, no, that's not the case. So what we're going to do is I want to play a video for you guys of various people in media at that time basically saying that the Warriors stand no chance against LeBron James, Kevin Love, and and Kyrie Irving. Take a look at this video here.
I think in that locker room, they believe they can beat Golden State, and I got them in 7.
LeBron is better than Kevin Durant. Kyrie's better than Steph. They got a shot, man. They got a real shot here.
When Kevin Love says it, know what happened last year when you was up 3-1. You know what happened on Christmas Day. Y'all got Kevin Durant and Steph and Clay and Draymond. We still got the King. We still got Uncle Drew. We still got Caitlin. Now what?
If the Warriors make the finals, they can't beat the Cavs. Like, we know that.
So you saw it there for yourself. But the minute he couldn't get over the hump, that's when they now tried to switch it up and be like, oh, no, this is unfair, man. This is unfair. This is unfair. LeBron fans don't like anybody. They don't like Kawhi Leonard because of his own thing. He tried to challenge LeBron and all of that. They didn't like him. They don't like KD. They don't like Michael Jordan. They don't like Kobe Bryant. They don't like nobody. The only people that LeBron fans like are him and Bronny James. And if Bryce comes to the NBA, they're going to like him too. I mean, that's just how it goes. Now, if you watch those final series, Kevin Durant was the best player on the court. Say whatever you want. When it came time for him to go mano a mano, KD was toasting LeBron James in those finals, man. And he did it in back-to-back finals where he hit those big three-point shots in his face. People act like as if those finals was like a blowout. No, it was competitive. It's just that KD was just unstoppable in those finals. And they hated him for it. So they tore him down and said, oh, all this guy does is create super teams, knowing damn well that's the only way their king was able to win titles. Literally, they know this. LeBron was in Cleveland languishing in Cleveland, watching Kobe win 5 rings. Then he and Dwayne Wade conspired, or Dwayne Wade and him, however the hell you want to switch it and say it. And they were like, nah, man, we got to get together, man. We got to figure this out. Kobe Bryant is winning too much. We gotta team up, man. We gotta figure it out. For those of you who think I'm lying about that, and I'm just making that up because maybe LeBron fans don't know, take a look at this video here of Dwayne Wade saying it in front of Pau Gasol, and I think Dirk Nowitzki was there.
I remember cutting my TV off as soon as when Kobe ran and grabbed that ball. I was like, LeBron.
All right, bro. Especially losing against them before.
I ain't lying to you. I'm not lying to you.
So you saw the video. So look, man, they can feel how they want to feel. Tough. Get over it. So yesterday, we got the news that Bronny James may potentially be going to sign with the Philadelphia 76ers, right? We did a live show about it. We had a lot of people in the building. We had a good laugh about it. And that was that. And as I was going through my resources that I was using for the live, I had various publications that I was using. But then there was an article that I was reading, and at one point, everybody just lost it in the chat. And I said to myself, I said, no. This is something worth doing a show about today. So as you guys know, as a matter of fact, thank God that we're doing this show. I want to pull up Bronny James' stats for a moment here. And I want to pull up Dalton Connect's stats. As you guys know, both Bronny James and Dalton Connect started their NBA careers with the Los Angeles Lakers, although Dalton Connect was a much higher pick, whereas Bronny was a second round pick, 55th pick in the second round, right? Now, Dalton is 25, Bronny is 21, okay? I'm going to give you Dalton Connect's numbers as a rookie. First 2 seasons. Both of them have played 2 years in the NBA. As a rookie, Dalton Connect averaged 19 minutes a game. In 78 games, he scored 9 points on 46% shooting from the field, 37% while attempting 4.4 three-point attempts, and he shot 37.6%. Very good numbers for a rookie to come into the NBA shooting that well, with 2.8 rebounds and an assist, etc. Next season, which was last year, his minutes dropped to 10 minutes per game, and he began scoring 4.2 points per game on 45.5% shooting from the field. His three-point attempts went down to 2, but he was still making 34%. Both years, he shot over 70% from the free throw line, right? Then you go to Bronny James. Bronny James' first year in the NBA. Let's look at his numbers. First year, he was playing about 6.7 minutes per game, scoring 2.3 points on 31% field goal shooting, 28% from the three while attempting 1.2, 78% from the free throw line, and getting you 0.7 rebounds, 0.8 assists. Year 2, in 9 minutes per game, he was scoring 2.3 points per game on 40% shooting from the field, 38.6% from three, because his three-point attempts were down 1.4, on 85% free throw shooting. And if you watched any of these games, you would know that Dalton Knecht is just a better player. We all knew this. Well, at least that's what I thought, until I came across this Yahoo report last night. And has the following headline saying, Lakers expected to cut ties with Bronny James or ex-top pick amid roster battle. So let's get into this article here. It says, the Los Angeles Lakers have made plenty of notable additions this offseason. More roster moves are on the way. With the Lakers exceeding the league mandate roster limit, they have to cut salaries. So who could be the odd man out? Immediately heads turned to Bronny James, who was expected to follow his legendary father to his next team. But it has been reported that James, who's 21, and his father are in a package deal. James could still be on the move. According to the Lakers analyst Trevor Lane, with the team needing to trim its roster, it is safe to assume that the odd man out could be decided between James and the former first-round pick Dalton Knecht. Then continues on. James has been the subject of major trade speculation since late July. It's important to note that the former second-round pick has a guaranteed contract for next season, so his exit is not exactly set in stone. According to Lane, the Lakers' appreciation for James could help the young guard stick around longer. My understanding is that the Lakers do value Bronny, Lane said. They like the trajectory he is on, and I don't think there's an urgency to necessarily move on from him just because his name is LeBron James Jr. Lane's commentary matches the Lakers insider Kobe Price reported in July, saying LA sees James as more as a developmental piece rather than a trade chip. Now I want to go to this part. It says, and the likely odd man out is. Frankly, it's unfortunate, but Bronny was better than Dalton last year. I want to refer back to the stats again. Dalton averaged more points, shot a higher field goal percentage, shot a slightly lower three-point percentage and a lower free throw percentage, averaged more rebounds and more assists, more rebounds and less assists. But according to this thing, he's saying he's better. Let's continue on with what he said. I think there's a world where the Lakers could waive Dalton Knecht, and I think there's a world where waiving Dalton Knecht makes the most sense. If it comes down to James or Knecht, Lane is not wrong in saying that retaining James is the better option for the Lakers. James is younger and has already proven more on the NBA level. How could James have proven more on the NBA level when they both played 2 years? Beyond Bronny outplayed him last year. Bronny's been improving consistently. Dalton has not. Coming into the NBA, certainly Dalton had more of an upside than Bronny did, Lane expressed. Added Lane, let's face it, if Dalton Knecht doesn't bounce back next year, there's a chance he's not in the NBA next season. The Lakers had high hopes for Knecht, who was the team's first draft pick in 2024. After 2 seasons, Knecht hasn't found his rhythm. Perhaps a change of scenery might do it. Do you guys forget that they tried to trade him and he came back? You said that Bronny has proven more. How could Bronny have proven more when his father's the reason he made it to the NBA? Who's Dalton Knecht's father? Does anybody know his name? I don't know his name. Does anybody know his name? Is Dalton Knecht being represented by the most powerful sports agent in the NBA? I don't think he is, right? Bronny is. And you're saying he proved himself more last year based off of what? Because he averaged 0.3 more assists per game than him? Where did he prove himself? Where? Or do we need to pull up the footage of JJ Redick cussing out Bronny, taking him out of the game for refusing to shoot? This is not good. Because by you saying that he proved more and he's better, you need to explain why. Because if you watch both of these guys play, I don't even think it's a conversation about who the better player is. I really don't, I thought this was already understood. Unless he has some different looking glasses that he's looking out of. Maybe he's watching this game from Pluto or something, looking through some kind of space glasses that we're not looking through. Because I don't know what the hell he's seeing. We're trying to figure out what the hell he saw. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, you guys are getting exactly what you hoped for. I've already told you they're going to turn Philly into a circus city. I'm telling you the truth right now. So I was going through the net, the World Wide Web. Shout out to Optimus Prime. I was going through the World Wide Web, and I saw a post here. 2 posts. The first one from Yahoo Sports. So I'm going to put it up for you here. It says, report. Kevin Love has interest in playing with LeBron James again, and his agent has been in contact with Philly's front office since LeBron signed with the Sixers, per ESPN's Dave McMenamin. That's the first account. Second account that posted on it. Sideline sources says, just in. Kevin Love wants to reunite with LeBron on the Sixers, per Dave McMenamin. So then I began to do some digging, and I actually found the article where they explained this story in depth. So let's get into this article here. So it just continues on. It says Dave McMenamin. This is what he posted on. What do you call it? This is what he said. So let me just read it. It said, Dave McMenamin, Kevin Love's agent, Jeff Schwartz of XL Sports Management, has been in touch with the Philadelphia 76ers front office since James picked Philly, sources told ESPN. Though the 6'10" Love and James have remained close since teaming up for 4 seasons with the Cavaliers and even vacationed extensively together this summer, that bond doesn't necessarily mean there will be a roster spot for the former 5-time All-Star by training camp. And then it says the article appeared on Kevin Love. So that's pretty much okay. And then I think also Hoops Hype spoke about it, but it's pretty much more of the same stuff there. What are my thoughts about this? Look, I welcome all of this. If they want to turn this team into a retirement home, then they should go ahead and do that. Philadelphia 76ers fans don't know what's coming to them. They really don't know. I posted a video on my Instagram page and Twitter and all over where I was reacting to some comments that Nick Wright made. Nick Wright went on his podcast and was essentially lecturing Jaylen Brown, finals MVP Jaylen Brown, on what sacrifices he would need to make in order for the 76ers to be successful. He was talking to Jaylen Brown like as if Jaylen Brown wasn't already a finals MVP. You have Rich Paul, LeBron's agent, out here making recommendations and suggestions to VJ Edgecombe and how he should process all of this and how he should approach next season as a player. Meanwhile, VJ is not signed to Clutch Sports, but he's already meddling in that guy's affair, in another agent's affairs. And let me tell you what's going to happen next season. Next season, a few things will happen with Philly. Number one, they're going to make it all about LeBron. And they're going to center it on LeBron bringing glory back to Philly. There's going to be like a kind of play on what Jalen Brunson did with the New York Knicks after going through that 53-year drought. I think the Sixers, 59 or something, whatever, but a pretty long drought. So they're going to try to craft it around that, right? That if somehow the Sixers are able to just break through, LeBron is going to be the reason, because Tyrese Maxey's never won, Joel Embiid has never won, and they're going to craft it around that, although Jaylen Brown is a finals MVP, but they'll now turn it into, he's showing him how to be a multiple-time MVP. There was even some recent images that surfaced of Joel Embiid looking very slim. And some of his fans have been saying that's the LeBron James effect. Like as if Joel Embiid got slim last week. So they're already doing that. But, if things go wrong, and they usually do with this guy, they're going to look for the nearest scapegoat. And do you know who that's going to be? Joel Embiid. Won't be Tyrese Maxey. Probably won't be Jaylen Brown, but it will be Joel Embiid. And that's going to be the off-ramp next season. And Philadelphia 76ers fans are going to be saying to themselves, what the bloody hell is going on? And now you guys are going to understand what the Laker fans went through. Because you have people like Nick Wright talking about, oh man, they couldn't wait for LeBron to get out of town. They couldn't wait for he was gone. It's like, yes, Nick, because he turned the franchise into a clown show. No one wanted to go there. They missed out on signing Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, I think Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, DeMar DeRozan. These were players that turned down an opportunity to play on the Lakers. Turned it down. And then when they did get Russell Westbrook, they blamed him for everything and acted like as if he had nothing to do with it. Then at one point, the team turned into so much of a clown show that they were like, you know what, let's just draft Bronny here. Not because we're doing this for wins. No. We want to dominate the headline. So let's get Bronny out here. Let's get a photo op out here. Because yes, this is of course what the Laker fan base is starving for. So now, and then at the end of all of that madness, they're going to turn around and be like, oh, well, you know, LeBron James, he deserves a statue in LA. We already did a show where they're putting out posts that LeBron James is already the greatest Philadelphia 76er of all time. You can't make it up. You can't even make this up. There are already lists out there where LeBron fans, who are the most shameless, disgusting fan base in NBA history, they're already putting up posts that he is the greatest 76er of all time. I am not making this up. This is not me trying to troll you. This is nothing of the sort. If you think I am joking, if you think it's a game, take a look at this post here. If you think I'm making this up, take a look at the post here. It says this: greatest 76ers of all time. LeBron James, Allen Iverson, Joel Embiid, Wilt Chamberlain, Charles Barkley. Crazy but true. And this post got 300,000 likes. This is the fan base. This is the fan base. I hope you guys enjoy. It's going to be a long, long year for Philly fans. Trust me. Last season, something interesting happened. If you jog your memory, you remember that Rich Paul was talking a lot about Austin Reeves. And the situation got so bad that eventually Austin Reeves' agent, according to reporting from, I think, Shams, approached Rich Paul during halftime at a Lakers game like, bro, what the hell are you doing? What's wrong with you? Like, what the hell are you doing? Right? And I remember when Kenyon Martin said, like, is this normal? Like, is this normal for somebody's agent to be doing all of this, talking about other people, especially people that he's on the same team, his biggest client is on the same team with? Because then it kind of gives off the impression that this is what LeBron thinks. Right. And then it got so bad to the point where LeBron had to answer for comments that his agent was making, where he said, look, this guy's his own man. Like, why are you guys bringing me in on this? Now, do you also remember the recent comments that they tried to make about VJ Edgecombe when he was telling them, hey, man, you know, don't listen to the noise out there? To the people saying you're not getting your numbers and all of that. It's amazing how you're telling this guy not to focus on his numbers when literally that's all you guys build your GOAT case on, numbers. And scoring records and all. It's unreal. And they're trying to tell this young man who's going into his sophomore year that he shouldn't focus on his numbers. He shouldn't focus on that. Just focus on winning championships. No. That's not how it works, how you get the major contracts. You have to hit milestones. We've all looked through it to what qualifies for all of these deals. Getting all NBA team, defensive player of the year, all defensive team, MVP, and all of that unlocks bigger contract. We all know, who doesn't know this? But for this guy, he's telling them, oh, no, you don't need to worry about it. Just focus on championships because that could do more. Essentially saying, roll the dice on your future for a billionaire so we can try to help him get a ring. And at the end of him getting a ring, we will go out of our way to not even mention you. Which has been the way these guys have operated. That's why LeBron fans never talk about his teammates. They never give his teammates props. They spend more time praising Scottie Pippen than they do Kyrie Irving or Kevin Love or Dwayne Wade or Chris Bosh or Anthony Davis. This is their work. This is literally their work, right? So I came across a show today from Ric Bucher, and he actually started off reflecting on what Carmelo Anthony said about Jalen Brunson taking less money. And then it veered off into this section where he was talking about some of the antics from LeBron. And he brought up this very issue of his agent continuously doing this. So what we want to do now is we're going to play the video here from Ric Bucher, and then we'll come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what Rick had to say.
The man has been in the league for the last 23 years. He's played in 10 finals over that time. He has surpassed all-time records, both great scoring, minutes played, and not so great, turnovers. Even when he's not performing well or on center stage, he has found ways to capture our attention. He has broken countless norms, whether it's having his son drafted by his team or employing an agent who hosts a podcast and talks openly about LeBron's teammates or declaring himself the greatest player of all time. Something no other player has ever fixed their lips to say publicly. They are reflections of his power and influence and willingness to use them. Some people see it as bold, breaking the mold. Others see it as self-serving and annoying. The fact is, LeBron's longevity, success, and willingness to break from conventional norms makes it impossible to avoid talking about him. So this is the first epiphany I had. The reason his fans are so devoted to him and believe wholeheartedly he is the greatest all-time player ever is because no one has generated more attention, ever. Attention, clicks, views, ratings, subscriptions. This, in today's world, is equated with excellence, much like being on TV is perceived as being intelligent or knowing something. However, neither one of those premises is true. The Jerry Springer Show at one point averaged between 9 and 11 million viewers daily. This was on TV, which invariably meant being in someone's living room or at home, not watching a phone in the back of a taxi or at a table in a coffee shop or while walking to work. Then there were the Kardashians, who flipped their reality show fame into product influencing. They counted their earnings and their social media followers in the billions. Was Springer or the Kardashians good at something? Yes. Attracting and holding people's attention by any means necessary. That was their sole aim, and they were masters at it. According to Dan Le Batard, that is the sole purpose and aim of TV, to attract and hold people's attention. And that is a sad commentary. Depressing, actually. But I can't say he's wrong, at least not in today's world. Maybe that's why being on TV has never impressed me. I ended up with a TV career because of my knowledge and insight and ability to convey it. I didn't pursue it. I've never let go of the idea that the first part, having knowledge and insight, is negotiable, that how I convey it is all that matters. Seeing where TV executives are investing their money, I'm clearly wrong about that. Convey something, anything, in an entertaining fashion, and we'll put you on TV. LeBron, of course, is also a master at attracting and holding people's attention. He is also a stupendously talented and dedicated athlete. But his ability to attract and hold people's attention, lots of people, is in no way strictly because of his talent and dedication. I would venture to guess there are as many people who follow or watch LeBron to see him fail as those who do so to watch his mastery. Put those two groups together and that's a whole lot of people. And that's why the league wanted him to make up his mind so they could schedule as many national games featuring him as they could. That's not purely because he's a great player. It's because he's a polarizing great player.
So you heard what Rick had to say. You heard it. You heard it. I don't know what LeBron fans think this is. Some people find this to be a turnoff. Some people don't like this. You know, LeBron fans have said for the longest time, oh, everybody hates LeBron. And I said most of it is just it's self-inflicted, man. Most of it is self-inflicted. Most of it is with the things that he does, like the decision and all of that, and the things that he says. And I think Bucher brought it up when he went out there and called himself the GOAT. That's going to piss people off. Now, it's your bloody prerogative if you want to say that. Sure, you can go out there and say it. No one is saying that you broke the law by saying something like that. But we're just saying if you're going to go out there and make those comments publicly, expect people to have an opinion. But these guys, they don't even want you to have an opinion. All they want is for their opinions to be the superseding opinions and no one else gets to talk but them. Unfortunately, you didn't build the internet. You didn't build social media. You didn't build Instagram. You didn't build YouTube. You didn't build TikTok. So it doesn't work like that. Everyone gets their voice heard, and then the audience decides whether or not they want to listen to you or not. If they could have it their way, they would literally pull the plug from everybody that they disagree with. And I kid you not. I kid you not. If they could silence every dissenting voice, every voice that is in opposition to them, they would do it. Do you know how I know? Because they're always complaining about people that don't agree with them. When you think about all the people that are in media that sit up there and twerk it up all over the table, pour honey all over each other's asses every single night, they don't cry about them. Do you see them crying about Nick Wright or Kendrick Perkins or Chris Broussard or Richard Jefferson or the rest of these other twerking ass LeBron James? Of course not. But they notice people like us or Charles Barkley or what that guy said over there or what that guy said over there. This is their work. This is their work. And now you have a situation where, and this is going to be an ongoing theme next season, where they're going to be critiquing, oh, Joel Embiid should do this. Max Kellerman even recently came out and said that the Philadelphia 76ers should trade away Joel Embiid. Can you even imagine? You can't make this stuff up. And then if you call it out, oh, man, you a hating ass. All he do is hate. He don't love it. Why you don't love it the way we love it? If you don't get your ass up out of here with all of that,